Hey guys, this is I guess another pickup video because it's all I seem to know how to do. Let me just start off with something I left off on last time. I was going to do a separate toy video, but there's been a major delay in shipping from Matty Collector, which is just kind of annoying. It's the 15th of April and I'm still waiting on stuff that should have shipped out from mattycollector.com at the beginning of March, and so yeah, that sucks. So one of the things I finished up was this Ultimate Green Goblin Build-A-Figure. I don't know how well you can actually see this. I'm going to stand behind the camera and get there. There we go. Okay, so I only needed this leg that came with the Superior Spider-Man figure, and there was one Superior Spider-Man figure at the comic book shop in Northtown Mall, which I took you guys on a little tour of, and they had it for a really long time. And the day that I went in to go just finally buy that, it was gone. Somebody had bought it. It was pretty shortly after Christmas, and they were pretty wiped out on most of their action figures actually. So I was kind of annoyed by that, and I did want to finish this figure up since I had so many of his pieces, and I've been kind of working on finishing up this particular Build-A-Figure wave. I still missing two of the figures, Beetle, well actually three, Beetle, Superior Spider-Man, and Carnage. Don't have the Carnage figure. I bought the leg from some dude on Facebook, and it came with one of those extra torsos that I showed off last time. So I got three of the torsos because I got the Black Cat figure, which came with the Green Goblin torso, and I'm thinking I'm going to use like Mandroid parts and combine the two of them and make a cybernetic creature. Because this is not my Green Goblin. I have no idea or connection to this version of the character, but I think once he's assembled, he looks pretty neat. He's a neat looking monster toy. It's just, I have no idea what the hell this fiery hulking thing is supposed to be. Like within the realm of the comics, this is way beyond anything that I've ever read comic-wise. I stopped some point in like the late 80s, maybe early 90s. I think it was as far as I ever started, as far as Marvel, DC, the beginnings of Image, other indie publishers. I got into like anime and manga around the time I was about 15, and that dominated my comic book collecting. I just put that down over there. During that time period, during that whole 90s comic book boom, I wasn't buying any superhero stuff. I was buying EC comic reprints because I like monsters and horror and stuff. And I was buying kind of oddball comics, like I would buy like shit that my family would pick up from the head shops, like the Fabulous Furry Freak Brothers, and I was reading that shit when I was like 9 years old. I would go to record stores and stuff like that, and the adult section of the comic book store, and find kind of the odd stuff like the R. Crumb comics and things like that. That was what I was into. I was into more or less stuff like that. Horror comics, dirty comics, movie adaptations, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, not the Archie ones, but like the Mirage ones, the reprints of the Mirage stuff that was in color, that was in collected trade paperback or graphic novel or whatever the fuck you want to call them. I had a few of those. Those were good. I didn't really care for the Archie comic because it was more, I don't know, kiddified. Excuse me. Also, just wanted to give a little heads up to Tom, if you're watching out there. We got a care package I've been putting together for you. I've been meaning to get it out, but I'm finding more stuff to stick into the envelope, and just dive into this shit. Just last night I stopped into a Barnes & Noble bookstore and grabbed the new Horror Hound. I am not a big fan of this magazine, but I sometimes I don't know why. I just pick it up sometimes. I don't know why. Movies is the focus of this again, just like the last video that I did. So let me get a couple of these out of the way here. A couple of the big heavy hitters. Okay, so I got they had these at Walmart for $20, and it's pretty cool. This is the Blu-ray and DVD, and the book, the comic book. It's a hardcover edition of the comic of Batman, Superman, Public Enemies. I believe I've read like a preview of this comic. I've seen the movie before, but I think I read a preview. Not the biggest fan of Ed McGuinness's art style, but this comic is pretty alright from what I understand. I think I can probably get used to the art as well, just because, you know, not everybody draws Batman and Superman the same way. Not everybody writes the characters the same way. And yeah, that's kind of how it goes. Here's another case in point. The Dark Knight Returns 30th Anniversary Edition hardcover. Again, pretty good, nice binding on there. I haven't opened this one up yet. The back page of these have the DVDs, the Blu-ray and the DVD inside of like they're tucked into like an envelope in the back page. And these are only $20 each, so it's actually a really good deal. And this is the full-length version of the movie instead of the two parts. So that's pretty cool. Got it on Blu-ray, DVD, and I have them individually as well. And let's get on to the rest of these fucking movies that we bought. So my wife picked out a few of these, and I picked out the others. So my wife, oddly, she says that she doesn't like stupid comedy. Doesn't like stupid comedy. So she picked out this. Go figure. We actually saw the first movie in the theater. We didn't see the second one at all. Oddly, this is the theatrical version of the first, but the second movie has both the theatrical and unrated. This doesn't have the unrated version of the first movie, which I thought was kind of odd for a two-pack. So there's that. And I don't like Seth MacFarlane. I think his shit is stupid, very stupid. And continuing with stupid comedies, Hot Pursuit. We watched this. I didn't really laugh at it at all. I didn't think it was funny, but it does have two very large things that are keep your attention throughout the bulk of the movie there. Right there, you know. My wife expressed an interest in seeing this movie Sisters, so we picked this one up for I think $8. Same goes for The Hateful Eight. We got this one. We saw this in the theater and was really happy with it. I liked it a lot. Didn't think it was the best of Tarantino's movies, but it is very good. And it has this really cool gatefold cover with some artwork showing them all heading into Minnie's haberdashery. It's a good movie. If you haven't seen it, check it out. It's fairly long, but it's worth it. Sorry, I keep turning around like that. And of course, I had to pick up Star Wars. I did go out of my way to be a hater for a while with Star Wars. just because, I mean, look what we had to deal with for so long. And then you can say what you will about this movie being a ripoff of the original Star Wars or being too similar, but at least it was fun. It brought the fun and the joy back to the series, and it was a much needed revitalization, because those cartoons and those comic books and all those books and everything else, it's just bogged down in bullshit, and they aren't all that interesting. And those fucking prequel movies are just boring and bland and dull. And there's the nice artwork there, kind of photoshoppy, but it looks like, you know, what you would get out of a Drew Struzan painting. I don't think that actually is one, but you know what I'm talking about. Cool cover. I was going to get the Walmart exclusive version, but I decided against it. Went for the more practical of the covers. And yeah, that is everything that I have to show you guys, I think. Yes, it is. I had a different Horror Hound magazine that I wanted to include in here, and I can't find it. I don't know where it went. So on that, I guess I will say that is that, and I hope you sat through this whole thing and watched it. If you did, that's awesome. And feel free to leave a comment if you want, and I'll catch you guys next time. Hopefully I'll have my thing going that I want to start doing. Excuse me. With the showcasing of different items or reviews or whatever I'm talking about. Okay, so yeah, I'll catch you guys next time, and you guys take care of yourselves. Have a good one.